Oh my goodness, purple versus yellow. Arsenal versus Daniel, folks. You couldn't ask for a better way to kick off Championship Sunday. Get up and get loud. It's game day.
The story of teammates turned dear rivals here in the upper bracket final. I'm Stumpy, joined by Subi, and it is very, very exciting to see one of these teams going forward into that grand final, Subs. But who is it going to be, the side of purple or the wall of yellow?
I don't know, let's get a coin, paint it both sides, and flip it, because it seems like that's the only way to decide this one. But we have 7 games in front of us. It's a race to 4. And honestly, you know, I don't know who's going to take it, Stumpy. I'm so glad I wasn't on the desk to have to predict, because like we were talking about, it's so razor thin.
I mean, they also went dead level. Common's trying to remove any sense of levelity by just removing a couple of players from that pitch. But I mean, chat was about 50-50. There were 2 in favor of version 1, 2 in favor of SSG. But this is the first time that these 2 teams have played this season. So really, it is all up for grabs. Arsenal with a very early doink towards that backboard, sending to his former teammate Daniel, who has moved on and being one of the best players in North America. However, leading the way for LJ to actually take a good control of that Space Station side. You don't normally see one of the best players in the world leave a team, and in the team that they've left, get better.
Yeah, it's really weird. You know, it just goes to show you that styles can make teams, and definitely the play style of Hoxer, LJ, and Arsenal fit better than that Daniel combo did. And I don't know what it is, because like you're talking about, one of the best players in all of North America, but sometimes you just need to be unchained, and that's what V1 has done to him, with him, Beast Mode, and Calm being so unselfish, realizing that he needs to go for those demos, and that's the best way for success for version 1.
I feel like Com, if he could play Rocket League and never touch the ball, he would. He'd be more than happy to take on that completely selfless role. But with a demo on the other side, Arsenal chase down Beast Mode, the man that stole his Wonder Kid, and opens up the scoring.
Great demo from Arsenal. They know this is going to be a tough-fought series. They know it's going to be an aggressive series, and they know Calm is looking for demos. So like he said yesterday, we're going to fight fire with fire.
It's a good shout as well. I mean, Arsenal was saying exactly as you said, right? You can't try and just keep running away for the entire game. You can't give them those openings and make sure that you're not fighting back in your own style as well. A brilliant pass from Hoxer down towards Arsenal. And Hoxer is a player that Jorby was very frustrated with.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, in the green room when they were playing Furia, he just kept saying, it's always Hoxer, man. Like, every time it seemed Hoxer was the man on the side of Space Station Gaming, getting the better of his dearly beloved Furia. But it was right. What an incredible pickup for SSG he has been.
It really is. And he could be one of those players where it's both sides of the pitch, right? It's Hoxer. They win by him or they lose by him. But right now, he seems like he's in peak form, as that's a big stop from Arsenal on the goal line. They're going to have to slow down Beast Mode a lot in this series. He's the goal leader for North America in the Spring Cup. Is Hoxer looking for a bump on Daniel midair? Can't collide, and Arsenal wrangles that one into the corner. Here comes Beast Mode, has Calm to his left. Doesn't need him. Gonna carry that one all the way through off the crossbar. Big stop from SSG yet again.
And a double commit on that second challenge. Space Station Gaming can't work about quick enough to take advantage of that, and so it falls back down into that midfield. Arsenal, though, with 0 boost, can't do too much again, and the ball just whips itself around his ears. No chance isn't made, and Daniel to that sidewall, but Arsenal knows what he wants to set up. The man played alongside him for the longest time, even at Worlds back in August. I was going to say recently, but time is wild. Yeah, they're back in August.
That's
and it
crazy.
just comes down to knowing a player that well. Daniel towards that backboard again, shut down by Arsenal again.
Arsenal huge on the back line. So far only credited with 1 save, but all of Space Station have that to their name. Everyone getting involved on defense, and Daniel denied with the flip reset. Great D by Hoxer on that play, and he gets the big bump on Beast Mode as well as Arsenal pushes it towards midfield. But Calm keep things alive offensively for version 1.
Hoxer towards that right hand doing, get shut down by Beast Mode, a player that has really seemed ignited this split so far. But one onto the backboard, cleared away by Com quite nicely, and caught again in the midfield by Zen. I was going to say by Zen, because I've read Arsenal. But by Arsenal. He tricked me. He tricked with a single letter change. How dare he, the conniving young man. Daniel to send this ball along. Beast Mode going for the bump, and so Arsenal is called in for the challenge.
Great recognition from Arsenal there, realizing his teammate was put into a bind, decided to cut the rotations, disrupt the flow. That's why this ball is just kind of killed in this coffin corner right now. No offense coming out of it. And the offense found its death for version 1 there, looking to revitalize here. Here's Daniel Beast Mode. And a little bit of miscomms there. Both went for the same ball.
Repeated double commits coming in from version 1 on offensive chances too. Seeing the seconds tick down means that they're then panicking themselves. They're rushing on these chances that really could have one man that maybe won't go for a bump or just wait for that follow-up with a save that would be potentially lackluster. Fakes out going for the immediate pass. That takes it to the wall, then goes middle with it. With Arsenal bumping Daniel out of the way though, the final 10 seconds ticks down with 1 goal in hand for SSG.
Big stop there from Beast Mode. He's got to go the full length of the field. LJ just going to put it into the corner, slow things down, let this clock tick down as well. Version 1 have to keep this ball up. Not going to happen. And Space Station Gaming take game 1. But more importantly, Stumpy, watch when this scoreboard pops up. You're going to see Beast Mode held under 100 score. Huge from Space Station Gaming.
And, I mean, that is also pretty much bolstered entirely by those 2 shots that Beast Mode had as well. So, definitely shut down in a lot of regards. He had 1 shot that was quite threatening, just going below the crossbar, then bouncing down eerily close to the line as well. And that 1 goal coming from the demo. This really feels like a very demo-heavy split that we've seen so far. I feel like every series that we've casted, Subi, we've spoken about Com or Rettles or any of these players coming on the show and showing what they can do and removing any player from the pitch.
Well, it just goes to show you that you can't just be a one-trick pony. You've got to be able to do everything on the pitch. You've got to make sure that not only are you going for the demos, but like Space Station did here, they recognize the fact that version 1 is going to be coming forth with them. So like you said, you can't run away. You got to meet them in the middle and go head for head and just lock horns. And that's what they're doing right now. That's why they're finding success.
Yeah, and I think Arsenal is completely right with what he said in the interview as well, where you got to send it back to him. You got to make sure that they're also always looking over their shoulder. And this would be such a monumental win for Space Station Gaming too. We have not seen Space Station yet in a grand final this entire season. Version 1 have made it there once, and they won that time. Space Station Gaming looking for that inaugural time. And that is the lowest score in a game for Beast Mode this entire season so far.
Oh my.
It's another goal with a long shot from Hoxer.
You know, it just feels like on this play, version 1 a little bit too aggressive. Maybe they got a little upset after game 1. The frustrations coming out early here in game number 2, and Hoxer just pokes it all the way down the field.
I mean, as I was saying before I was interrupted, it's Beast Mode just being shut down at every single level. 84 points, the lowest that he's ever had this season.
That's crazy.
And that is not the start that you want to be seeing in the first game versus SSG. Definitely a big rival for these guys.
And, I mean, Stumpy, it's got to be LJ and Hoxer have never made a grand finals, right? I mean, surely it's not just this season. That's got to be all time. Because I don't ever remember a moment seeing them in a grand finals. So for them, this is a huge, huge moment. Being in the upper bracket final, being up 1 game against version 1, and Beast Mode can't connect. That was a huge opportunity missed from version 1.
And yeah, LJ and Hoxer have never made a grand final in the RLCS. A huge moment for them. This would just be monumental for Space Station Gaming generally, let alone these individual players. On and the caliber they're playing at this weekend, I absolutely will not be surprised if they make it. But version 1 have got a lot more beans that they can give. Arsenal being bumped away from that 1 play. Pass from LJ towards Hoxer. That one going midfield. LJ is being sent left and right and left and right. Can't get any control of the ball. So Beast Mode goes for 1 touch, takes the boost, and then just unfortunately whiffs it completely. And B-Mode really looking like a little bit shaken and not the player that we typically see.
Yeah, we've seen that before from him, where he's been dominant on a Saturday, comes out Sunday and can be lackluster. As Arsenal double tap, puts that one back as LJ fires. Great pull off there from Hoxer as he allows LJ to get the nice hard shot on target. And oh, I love that cut from LJ. Daniel thought he had time and he just ripped it away.
LJ and Hoxer are the duo that I did not think I needed. I did not know that they were going to be as as workhorsey as they really seem to be, because the efforts that they've put in, the 1-2-3, passing back down, Arsenal removed from the pitch by Con, but a backflip from Hoxer tries to get that shot on target. They've just been impressing me the entire time I've seen them on the pitch. Beast Mode can't get the hit dribble to go too much higher until then B Mode and Con both link up for that shot. I think Beast Mode came from the backboard there, not too sure what he was doing, and we reach halftime in this game.
It just feels like, at the moment, Version 1 trying to force the issue, whereas yesterday and Friday, everything just came so naturally as LJ big stop on the goal line. But right now, they're just forcing the issue and forcing mistakes because of that. They just need to try and find that flow state, that zen state, and just come to peace with their mechanics.
Find that Zenal state, really.
I love it.
Yeah, trying to make sure that they can just pick up the same momentum that Spacestation Gaming have taken from Saturday. That Furia win was huge. I didn't have them beating Furia at all. I didn't have Version 1 going 4-0 against Optic, and yet here we are. No, absolutely. And there's a chance now for Daniel to get 1 goal 4v1. Instead, it's saved away by LG, teaming up alongside his new teammate with one touch in the center from Beast Mode. He takes it solo on his own. The double tap that floats eerily in front of the net. Com goes for a demo on Arsenal instead of the shot. Maybe the wrong decision. The final 90 seconds will begin to tick down. Awkward,
big time awkward, and LJ able to avoid the bumped by Daniel. Excuse me, as my words get tied up, just like this ball's tied up in the corner. Space Station can't get the ball out. There's the demo, and Beast Mode baits out LJ to tie this game up.
Huge fake from Beast Mode, finally finding its way through. LJ diving for 1 ball and then gets fake to go high. Beast Mode keeps it nice and low. And B Mode getting himself on the top of the table for Version 1 and bringing his purple side level pegging.
And here in game number 2, how the turns have tabled as Arsenal below 100 points, 1 minute to go here. Needs to try and insert himself onto the field. We've seen him make a few stops at midfield, but other than that, it's been all LJ and Hoxer for Space Station Gaming. Less than 1 minute remains here. Seems like Version 1 finally awake and alive in the upper bracket final.
A good bump onto the backboard as LJ gets booted in the behind, and it gets sent to the backboard instead of having a nice air dribble dunk onto the side of the net. A pinch round the side of one. Defender on the side of V1, but cleared away by Daniel. Beast Mode trying to get it central, but LJ can carry. Not until Beast Mode has his way with that ball. Instead, it's caught by Hoxer, sent long. Com on the defense, has to send it towards the corner, and then gets carried on by Beast Mode. Great defense from V1 there, keeping it away. But that is a stretch and a half from LJ to keep it out.
Well, good comms from Arsenal to let him know that he didn't have any boost. And he knew that he was going to have a hard time getting that save, going back into your own goal. That ball has so much oomph behind it as LJ pushes this one forward. Space Station Gaming looking to steal game number 2, keeping this ball alive. Hoxer going to get a boost steal in the corner. Beast Mode just going to let that one hit the ground. And overtime we go. Version 1, Space Station Gaming. Tighten it here in game number 2.
Daniel, though, to receive it immediately from the kickoff in the top corner. Found Daniel rocking that forehead fringe cam, manages to get a goal in 5 seconds, and V1 bring the series back to level pegging.
Ripped that one away from Space Station Gaming. It looked like momentum was starting to shift at the end of regulation, and once overtime hit, Daniel puts those 1v1 skills on display. And ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a series.
V1 going to be happy with themselves about that too, considering the performance had in that first game. It was not the V1 that we saw take down Optic Gaming in a very decisive 4-0 as well, not even an overtime yesterday. And Space Station on that huge tear versus Furia as well. Yeah, I'm impressed with the turnaround we've seen from Version 1, but Space Station Gaming still look brilliant in there, and LJ rocking 5 saves. 5 times more than anybody else on the pitch, the only player making credited saves on his team.
I mean, to go back to your point of you not expecting LJ and Hoxer to be as good as they are with Arsenal, I don't think anyone expected that other than Arsenal himself. He saw something in these two that no one else did, and he's got to be happy that he was able to nab both of them and put them under his wings. He was talking yesterday saying he doesn't really feel like the team leader, but maybe if it's, you know, how he presents himself, how he kind of plays confidently, nice, calm. I mean, it just goes to show you, he doesn't expect to be the leader of this team, but it's just kind of what has fostered itself throughout, oh, that's dangerous, throughout the entirety of his stay with SSG.
You know for a fact as well, by the way, that not only are Com and Beast are going to keep linking up, but some armchair analysts are going to say, yeah, of course, LJ and Hoxer are going to be good. Like, obviously, it's not just Arsenal. But Com and Beast Mode know that connection towards that 6-yard box is going to be even better. They open the scoring, and I believe for the first time in the series, I think Spacestation Gaming scored first last time as well.
Yeah, games 1 and 2, it was Spacestation. Version 1 getting their hand at this one, but it's just crazy when you look at the stats for this event. When you look at goals per game, when you look at assists per game, when you look at demos per game, shots per game, it's someone from Version 1. They are just dominating all over the pitch. Starting to find their way here as this series starts to progress. And Spacestation Gaming now to show their hand at how they can adapt to this Version 1 team.
1 minute gone, now LJ trying to challenge versus Arsenal. Actually, Arsenal going for one of those bumps. Doesn't not manage to secure it though, and Daniel in the midfield challenges off versus Hoxer. Hoxer gets the better of that ball and manages to send Daniel away from the play as well, but Com leads that spherical bad boy up the backboard. Manages to get towards that left-hand side. 60 boost, LJ sees it central, goes for one reset, gets the bump from the additional speed that he gets by using that dodge, and the SSG offense is building.
Hoxer off the ceiling and just hammers that one to the ground. Came down like an anvil as Com and Daniel get a little tied up. Beast Mode trying to get this ball out and does so. Com looking for demos, goes to the goal line. No one there. Just going to rotate through, and LJ puts this to the side wall. 2 minutes have elapsed here in game number 3 as Version 1 looking to swing this series as Beast Mode carries it across the goal line, but who would have guessed that that one would go across untouched?
I mean, go across completely untouched and then having nobody there to tap it in. I don't blame Version 1 for not being in position to be able to tap that one in because it was nice and simple, but Beast Mode did everything he could to get it into position.
Right.
Hoxer removing Com from that play. On the backboard, Beast Mode finds himself again, and Beast Mode from the bottom of the table, he has found himself on top multiple times, and Daniel, as we approach halftime in this game, has only had 24 points. And he's got a shot in there as well. I'm not even too sure how many points a shot gets you nowadays, but yeah.
At least 24.
Min, yeah, true.
Daniel up to 54 now. But these pros, at times, go to show you that it doesn't really matter if you're at, well, let's say, okay, if you're at 1,000 points, that matters. But having a massive amount of points doesn't necessarily matter if you're playing your position well, which Daniel's doing. He's not out of position. He's not double committing. He hasn't hurt his team at all. And as I say that, almost gets caught out on the goal line, pushing too far forward as there he is getting a save to his name and getting the clear forward, getting the middle boost pad. Just goes to show you, it doesn't matter how many points, Stumpy, because you start to assist, you feed Beast Mode, and you take the lead.
You feed the man who can find himself in the middle over and over again. A brilliant pass from down, pinching middlewards of the orange side, and the V1 goal explosion in celebration. The second goal coming in for Version 1. Game 3 certainly going their way, and Spacestation Gaming being very shut down. Just 4 shots on their side and no goals to show of it.
So far, Version 1 scored 4 times in this series, and Daniel, big miss there. That one wide open, but beans it off the crossbar. But out of their 4 goals, Beast Mode has scored 3 of them. So for Version 1, you know where their offense is running through. You know who's looking for the goals. You gotta shut them down like we saw in game number 1. But Stumpy, I think you'll agree, that's way easier said than done.
Yeah, I mean, just shutting a team down, especially when they start to get themselves on a tear through a series, or at least see those budding sprouts of a tear coming through. Yeah, so it's a lot harder with one pass from Arsenal to LJ to Arsenal. The shot is made, but Beast Mode is there to cap it off with a save. LJ faking to go for that shot. It's a brilliant idea because Hoxer is waiting on the floor and can tap it bottom right.
Yeah, I think that last one, that quote-unquote shot from Arsenal, I think he was looking for Hoxer on a pass. Just one too many touches, but they keep things alive, and Hoxer Great placement on the shot there to go far post away from the defenders and bring themselves within one. 40 seconds to go. Plenty of time as LJ denied on the ceiling there. Is Arsenal going to look for a pass here, I think? No, he isn't. Going to bait out Calm, and smart play, but that's wide open for Daniel.
It's wide open for Daniel until LJ puts himself directly in position. You rarely see somebody get a 50 on the goal line and then the ball doesn't find its way in as well. A great show of strength there by LJ. Shot on target this time, but with Com catching it on that sidewall, it means that nothing can come from this play just yet until Hawk goes middle. Again, LJ shying away from the play where really you need him to be moving up. Arsenal to receive one. LJ's there. The shot's on target. Com can save it away at the death. A slow play till a tap over the top, and Version1 play it to perfection. Game 3 in the way of the purple.
Did a great job of coming out early, taking the lead, maintaining that lead, and then the extension. Minute 46 to go. Go up 2 goals, and then Spacestation, they showed the aggression. They started marching down, get the goal to bring it within 1, but just a great show of resolve from Version1 as Spacestation Gaming took game 1, dropped 2 in a row, elect to take a timeout here, and listen to what Sad Jr. has to say.
Subi, I always talk about my thoughts of taking a timeout after 2, and people are going to be sick of me talking about it. So I want to hear your thoughts. When should a team be taking a timeout usually?
You know, usually I would agree when you lose 2 games in a row, if that puts you down 2 games in the series. Being down only 1, it's fine. And being as close as these games have been, where it's only been 1 goal that's separated, I don't know if this one was necessary, but maybe it's just something that they feel. Maybe it's a confidence builder, or maybe it's just we're going to try and nullify the momentum that Version1 is building. But yeah, I think this one's a little too early. What do you think?
Oh, no, I'm a big advocate of 2. Take it after 2, baby. Don't leave all your eggs in your basket until you get to that final game, because then it is do or die. We've got that pressure. You're going to be less likely, I think, to be able to actually take on what your coach has said on board and adjust your gameplay to it. So yeah, I like it after 2. I think Spacestation Gaming have done a great shout here, and especially bolstered by the fact they've lost 2 in a row. It's not like they won 1,
right?
So they lost 1, they won 1, then they lost 1. No, 2 in a row, you got to change something. 2-1 score lines as well. Yes, 1 was overtime, but it's still very close. It's just going to be changing minutia or just a team talk, realistically, from Sad Jr. to get them back on track.
So I've got, then that kind of leads me to my next question. Let's just say that Spacestation won the first 2. Then Version1 won 2. Would you still want to see a timeout here, or would you want to then wait? Okay.
Yeah, I just like it after 2. I think once they've won 2, you've got a game to buffer. You've got a game to also knock them a little bit. And Spacestation Gaming, this split, have also got a good winning record after taking these timeouts. Yes, it's 4-3. It's very close. They've only won 1 more than they've lost after taking a timeout, but it's still positive. It is still theoretically, potentially causal, but it goes their favor.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. That makes a lot of sense, where you have that 1-game buffer to kind of work on what the coach is telling you, or what maybe your teammates are saying. And if it doesn't necessarily work out where you get the win, you can say, okay, right, this is what was working and this wasn't. So yeah, that's a good shout, Stumpy. I would agree with that. I mean, either way, I think it's fine, but it's better to call it too early than too late.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Daniel, though, shooting and actually making Hawk to do a complete backflip on the goal line means he's not there for the second save for beast mode. Daniel just making it awkward. The backflip puts him fully out of position. Actually gets very close to that save. Beast mode does a great job to send it with enough speed and pace to send it past him in 30 seconds. So it's Version1 back on the scoring.
And the offensive domination from beast mode continues. They go up early here in game number 5. 4. I don't know how to read. It's right there, top of the screen.
NA math.
Yeah, NA math. You're right. We care about other things.
I'm not sure you do. 1 minute down in this first game. Hawks, though, taking 1 shot towards that backboard, and beast mode to collect it with no booster. It sends it right back over towards LJ. A tap down from him would be deadly, but Daniel backboard play manages to stay firm for Version1. And with Comnow sending it long again, it's a few back and forth plays, but Daniel a shot towards that sidewall and LJ to collect.
Oh, not the greatest touch there from LJ, but it ends up working out. Thought it was a little too heavy-handed, but he's got Arsenal close. Arsenal tries to put that behind Daniel. Great defense from Dan the Man as Hawks are looking for a bump. Can't find beast mode mid-air, but they are going to maintain possession. Even with that awkward play there in the corner from Arsenal, he gets the boost steal, and hey, look at that. Right place, right time. Can he carry through? Yes, he can, but tough angle to tuck that one in.
Always feels so bad, though, when you see a player get a miraculous ball through right in front of the net. You see the body there to send it in, and no one's there, because in fairness, it's the right player to not necessarily be there as well.
Oh, no!
An own shot, and Beast Mode with a 1-2-3 pinball manages to keep this one as a version 1 lead.
Oh, that one got a little hairy on the goal line as Daniel, does he have boost? Can he follow through? Was looking for a ground pinch. That's why Arsenal stayed on his wheels as he's gonna have to collect this one into the corner. Awkward play here as he just hands it over to Beast Mode. Big demo from Daniel, big bump from Calm, and things are starting to get chaotic, and Space Station can't keep it out.
Just follow Beast Mode's camera here and just see the amount of efforts that he had. There's one there, and then there's finally one there where he squeaks it through. All three players at once. Beast Mode with an 11-mile-per-hour screamer across the goal line.
Too hot to handle as that's a good kickoff, and LJ staring at that ball, winding up, biting his tongue, and completely whiffed on that. Wanted too much power, thought about it too hard, and good 50-50 there at midfield, and oh my goodness. Daniel, follow through. Thing of brilliance. Hawkster, oh my goodness. Look at the delay from Calm, recognizing what Hawkster was doing to throw him completely off.
It's a delay from Calm, and it's also Dan just waiting, leaving, and yeah, seeing Hawks go for the in and out save, then force him into the backflip. Calm and Dan both working Hawkster there like a fiddle.
Big kickoff yet again from Space Station Gaming. Almost the same one we saw after the last goal, but no goal comes from it for Space Station Gaming. And no goal has come this game as Space Station looking to get the offense going. Much easier said than done, and they continue to find themselves in these positions where those transitions back for version 1 always seem to be like a 2v1, a 1v1, just putting the defender in an awkward spot.
You make them awkward. Even if they're there, it's going to be a lot harder for them to get the save. Calm faking away from that chance. So Hoxer receives and sends it towards that blue side. Arsenal to tackle Daniel, and still with the reset. Can get it central, can get it on target, but again, it just floats awkwardly in front of the net. His teammate not believing that he's got the ball through.
Yeah, Hoxer's got to just be there for his teammate as Arsenal goes up. No double available. Hawks are going to push it down to LJ. And great defense from Beast Mode. Recognizing where that shot was going, he half flips and puts that one central, but Arsenal going to clean things up. And Space Station Gaming just continue to get denied.
They're assaulting that backboard. They are peppering it like it's a lovely, beautiful steak, and yet nothing is finding its way in. The defense from B1 is finding its chances, and B-Mode takes it low, takes it slow, and the 4-0 for the version 1.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Calm, you're a bully. You're picking on him. And Beast Mode just walks the dog into the back of the net. Version 1 starting to toy with their food.
Calm was nasty there, wasn't he? That was just like a mean moment where you see it, you're like, oh, come on. Come on. That's mean. It's Beast Mode also slow playing it, just so you can see his demise on its way. The final 30 seconds ticks down. It's 4 goals, though. It won't be a game win for Space Station after they take their timeout. That's going to put them at 4-4 so far after taking these timeouts as well. This split, it is a scary place to be now. Space Station Gaming on the precipice of their first grand final this season, unable to do it on Utopia.
Oh, another great defensive stance, and the transition just continues for version 1 as Calm gonna put that one in. Get himself 2 goals here. And oh my, version 1 started slow, but now it is just absolutely pouring on and pouring out.
5-0. Version1 make a statement here in the Coliseum. Another fake kickoff, and I love the kickoff strats. I'm going to sound a lot like Johnny Boy, just with a better voice. It's just such a good idea to learn those strats, throw off your opponents, and make sure that when you are going for them, that your opponent has no idea they're coming. They send you the ball. Johnny Boy, when you play ranked with him, he never goes to the kickoff on diagonals. He always half flips back into boost and then goes towards the net, and he can save anything, and he's not that good at Rocket League. So if he can do that, pros should be learning his kickoff strats too, and Version1 got control of the ball time and time again on the only set piece in the game.
As we take a look at our Mobile 1 high-performance replay, it's going to be heavy Version1 as you get a look at Calm, and this one was just silly. Chasing the defender into the net, Beast Mode walks it in, and, you know, I have that vision of him just laughing and pointing at his opponents across the stage. Yeah, that's what I see from Calm on a play like that. He's just, it's gotta be so annoying playing against him, not only for the fact that he's going for the bumps in the demos, but he also has the mechanics and the team play skills to back it up. Version1 looking calm, cool, collected, and comfortable with a 3-1 series lead, looking to push themselves into the grand finals.
We take a short flight over towards Deadeye Canyon, the most beautiful map in the game now. Sorry, it has absolutely dethroned Forbidden Temple for that. There's some lovely scenery outside of the map. Cheeky little change Ash from Dan, but it's not going to matter, as now Beast Mode and Com find themselves both on defense. LJ tries to get one challenge low, and Daniel, learning those tricks of the trade on Version1, gets a demo. The ball gets passed back to him by Arsenal with a reset. He can't get around the side of LJ, and in 30 seconds, Spacestation Gaming are already under the vice.
And it just seems like, oh boy, Daniel falls off the backboard, but still gets the save. That shot, if placed anywhere else, is a goal for Spacestation Gaming. But Arsenal just handed it to Daniel. Hey, you're not teammates anymore.
How? Did Dan still fall off the ceiling and then get that save? The great pass from Com to go central. Beast Mode is bumped away from it. And one bump from Com onto Hoxer, just completely unsettling and unseating SSG. And at every opportunity they've got, Beast Mode with a challenge down the pitch. Can't actually pick up that mid-100. Instead gets taken away as Arsenal and Hoxer both team up to bully Beast Mode off that sidewall.
And now, Stumpy, I would love for you to put on your coach's hat. And I know that's never going to happen. You don't have the brain. You don't have the brain for it. But let's just hypothetically say, after we watch Hoxer try and double tap that one in, that you're going up against a team that has Daniel on it. You're looking at the series. You're in game number 5. And he's only scored 1 time. You win in that series?
There's definitely the chance. Daniel, I think, he's got a lot of weaknesses, but it more depends on him rather than his opponents outplaying him, I feel, a lot of the time. There are more mechanical people in the world than Daniel. In this lobby, for that, you'd be looking towards LJ and Hoxer. Of course, Beast Mode on his team, but even then, he's still up there as probably the most mechanical next to Beast Mode in this entire lobby. And Beast Mode is trying to really prove why he's a mechanical one. Fakes away from that entirely, and Com sends it right at the net. I think you absolutely can win this, but Spacestation Gaming need more than just this one game to be able to bounce back from thinking, oh, lads, we're trying to get to that grand final. Good for them, though. This is the uppers. They have 2 lives still. It is not going to be said and done if they lose this, rather.
You know, it's just crazy. I think the point I was trying to get across is the fact that Daniel has only scored 1 goal, and you think of him as such a mechanical guru. And the fact that he's been limited to just 1 goal and they're still up 3-1 is absolutely incredible. And the fact that he had a playmaker last game, he is the leading assist per game leader in the Spring Cup.
LJ.
Is filthy, and that shot filthy as LJ gets the double and the dunk through Daniel.
Daniel got in a good position for it, but LJ was just taller on this play. Goes up above him, double taps off the backboard, uses Daniel as, quite frankly, a secondary backboard, and still manages to get that goal. A good lead for SSG established in their do-or-die series.
That's the 4th goal so far for Spacestation Gaming as a team in this series. The offense has been hard to come by. The big question is, can they hold on? They've shown flashes of brilliance on the defensive half, but there's another one. LJ to Hoxer, Hoxer to net, and it's good.
It's LJ to go to the ceiling as well. Keeps onto that flip and can then wonderfully wrap himself around it. Hoxer, right wing. Sees two players dive for it. Neither of them can make that vital contact to keep it out. And SSG, they didn't get the game after their timeout, but they have certainly turned it on when they are pushed into a corner.
Giving themselves a little bit of breathing room, a little buffer, as Com's awkward on that back wall, but everyone from Spacestation Gaming went, and they've got to watch those. Like we were just saying, they have that buffer. No need to push the pace. You definitely don't want to allow Version 1 to have a ton of space in midfield, but you definitely can't have everyone push forward to find yourself in those awkward spots that we've been seeing all series long.
SSG, they're still shooting half of their goals per game in this. Before this series, they had 2 per game before, but they've currently just managed to get themselves their second goal. So they're dead on track to continue that statistic. That may well be a third as Beast Mode finds himself back with a lot of boost. He can beat out any SSG offender that's going to be heading their way. Beast Mode goes it up high.
Oh my gosh.
And that pass is pixel perfect, but that defense is even better.
Hoxer gets his second save of the game, and only the second save for Spacestation. They need another. They can't find it. Daniel brings Version 1 back within 1.
It's big, it's colossal, it's gigantic, it is Brobdingnagian, and it goes above that line, back down below, underneath Arsenal, and the flower for Version 1 is planted. Are we going to be seeing that blossom and bloom before Deadeye Canyon is moved on from?
Big stop there on the kickoff, but Com's up early. That's a dangerous pass as Hoxer slows it down, has to avoid the demo, and dumps that one off to LJ. Great play to get that ball all the way downfield, and Com, what do you know? Another demo credited to him, and LJ, that is awkward. Arsenal gets bumped, he needs help, and Hoxer comes in at the last second to push that one away.
It's cheeky.
Waning moments of game number 5 as Com keeping things alive, and Version 1 starting to press forward. Here comes Beast Mode, kills that ball on the goal line, and Daniel ties us up.
It's not quite a fated 0-second goal for Version 1, a team that always seems to get them, but it's Beast Mode going the other side of the ball, so that challenge won't pinch out towards the corner, which is exactly what the SSG defense wanted to do. Instead, it will drop down. Daniel can get that nice tap in. And 2-2 with 8 seconds remaining. Another fake kickoff. These different kickoff styles with Version 1 are paying dividends so far, but Arsenal on that backboard is going to make Com have to overthink what he's going for. Daniel to receive, but with low boost, he can't get it much further. Com with no boost becomes a no boost demon, trying to chase down any player on SSG dare to challenge his player. 0 seconds in this overtime. Crucial moments for both teams. Version 1 win it, they go through to the grand final, their second of the season. Spacestation Gaming win it, and they will just fight for their lives to continue through in this upside of the bracket.
And that was pretty comical on that play from Com as Hoxer has a shot available and Com gonna deny, but just goes to show you how much respect Com has gained for himself with those demos. Everyone knows what's coming, and it's like watching a heavyweight boxer just kind of cock back. You just kind of flinch a little bit as LJ keeps that ball away from Beast Mode. Arsenal swoops in and gonna start the offense yet again for Spacestation Gaming.
It's a demo though from Com on Hoxer, meaning that now the counterattack for V1 can start, but shut down very quickly by LJ. Com and Daniel double committing, just like we saw Version 1 doing at the start of the series. And bear in mind, that is the game that they lost as well with that big 1-0 for Spacestation. Arsenal on the right wing, challenged quickly by Daniel. And Arsenal has looked good throughout the weekend. This game is not particularly popped off too much. A long shot is going to be bottom corner found. It is echoes of London as we see Beast Mode with a devastating long shot. No one able to make the touch. A 4-1 win. Version 1 take down Spacestation Gaming and boot them to the lower bracket.